I want to start this off by saying I usually don't make negative videos like this. I might go on rants about timeline problems and continuity errors, but that's always just in good fun. I also have made videos about me reading hate comments or pointing out people who have been trashing me, but that's always in order to either make more content that I've run out of ideas, and I thought maybe it'd be fun to point out some hate comments, or it is to attempt to get people to be aware that this person is lying or is being racist towards me. This time, it's really more or less just um, something else altogether. Because today we'll be looking at Homophobic Stereotype the comic. I've seen a lot of people online talk about this book. It is Rawhide, the 2003 one, not any of the earlier ones, by the way, if you're confused. But I've yet to see anyone bring in personal experiences, as I myself am bisexual, but since I'm not gay, I'm unable to talk about my thoughts on gay representation overall in this comic. As you know, I'm not gay, but I am LGBTQ, so I will be crapping on this book from that perspective. You could just say maybe I'm being too sensitive, but the jokes aren't what bothers me here. But here, the real issue is they're not meant to be jokes. Instead, it's written thinking it was inclusive, which I will say this comic is from 2003, but DC had John Constantine and Maggie Sawyer at this point. Both were great LGBTQ characters. Marvel had Rictor and Shatterstar even at this point. And well, yes, they're not as popular, they were great LGBTQ characters. So I don't believe Rawhide is necessarily a matter of generation, because there are definitely exceptions to this point, but for the most part, there was a lot of good LGBT representation at this point in time. It and Rawhide, he was very clearly meant to be stereotypical, and the worst part about it all is the fact that he was written in the way that you were not actually meant to find it funny. You were meant to take him seriously. So let's talk about this garbage. Rawhide is a character from the old Western comics, and Marvel decided to update him. Not by story or anything, but the way they updated him was just by making him gay, which became the character's entire personality. And while yes, having pride is great, and I am bi, and I've mentioned it before on my channel in a few videos, but in this series, they can't go without making Rawhide do something stereotypical in every other panel, because if they don't, then the world's going to implode apparently. The first two issue covers are the exact same joke, although they've made the same joke with Peacemaker, so I don't think this joke wouldn't have been too bad if it was with a character like Deadpool, but it's obvious that the only reason why they made that joke is because he's gay, because that means penis apparently to Marvel. If someone like Deadpool made this joke, it most likely would have nothing to do with them being pansexual. It just fits Deadpool's humor. Rawhide doing this is like if Tim Drake's Robin did this today. The character in both before and after, and even in this comic, doesn't fit that kind of humor. Instead, in Rawhide's comic, he is portrayed as aggressively flirty with every single man he fights, including children murderers. The jokes tend to be more about stereotypical lines he says in the middle of fights, making the time to mention he's gay while someone is trying to murder children, or what I don't know was a joke or not about horses and cowboys. I might be just presuming that's what they meant because of everything else, but I could be wrong because I don't know what it meant. Although I'm not allowed to say it in this video because YouTube. Let's just say it's not about his penis, it's about others' penises and horses' penises. Yeah. This entire series will be retconned out of the Marvel Universe for pretty obvious reasons. It luckily only lasted 5 issues. If this comic was a comedy, then maybe it could have worked, but it's not. It's meant to be taken seriously, and it doesn't register like that. Instead, it feels like Rawhide also doesn't seem to really care about being a good person, because he is literally making really weird jokes while attempting to save children from a killer. So it doesn't seem like he actually cares about saving people. Instead, it just seems like he just wants to, yeah. Which, I mean, everyone likes a good time, but, like, this is not the time to be doing it. I think that this comic overall is just really ridiculous. I wouldn't say it's necessarily okay. I would say it's offensive, but I wouldn't say it's as offensive as a lot of other stuff that a lot of other things have done. But it's kind of funny to read. Like if you're in the mind perspective of the idea that this is just gonna be ridiculous and don't take anything seriously, then yeah, it's kind of funny. But if you take things seriously like the writers intended it to be, it's just outright just ridiculously stupid. And at the end of the day, I think this comic is very, very well um, forgotten, and hopefully stays that way. Maybe I should have made a video about it and just let it die, although no one's really going to watch this video. Either way, this comic, I think, is just really bad unless you like really bad things. And on that, please like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.